can, but
So, if you tapped into me, and then I drank it for you, but you would be tasting it.
are you
Am I
sure?
wrong?
No, well, you'd still be tasting it. I'd just be mirroring the taste.
Oh, great. So then both of us could taste it, and we could only have one drink.
Are you sure?
I don't see why not. As long
Okay.
as it's not, like, gonna leave lasting effects.
No, it
Change the way I
shouldn't.
taste things.
No.
And I don't see a problem.
Okay. She holds out or she leans on the counter, and then the lady comes back. Hi, what's up? Can we get one of the mimosas? Yeah, sure. They have like a whole thing like that because what's the point of making one at a time, right?
Just a
make a whole
pot.
Right.
Yeah, just make a whole vat of it and just spout it out on tap. Like call it there. She taps into the tap and presents one to her. Thank you. Yeah, no problem. Irene just takes it, the flute of it, and hands it towards you because again she's not the one drinking it.
She takes it. Do I have to wait a second? Anything special, or can you just she motions vaguely?
She closes her eyes and thinks real hard. You can just drink it.
All right. She tries it. Hello.
You drink it. It is a pleasant mimosa. I don't think Dolly's ever had a mimosa. And
Nope. Neither have I.
I haven't.
Like?
It's like champagne and orange juice, isn't it? If I recall correct. Is it champagne? I think it's champagne.
Oh, like
Chardonnay.
Wine and sweet citrus.
There you go.
It's 1-to-1 ratio of both.
Sounds pleasant. So yeah, it tastes like that. a lovely taste.
For how they look, it's a lot less sweet than I thought it'd be.
Yeah. Huh.
I don't mind it.
I could have sworn the one Adelia drink was stronger. But I guess this is a higher class establishment.
And
I don't mind it though.
Not meant to get drunk, so.
Right. It's pretty good. I like it.
Nod.
Thanks.
And then
I'm gonna leave her head now.
you don't want to.
I just want to taste.
All right.
Anytime.
I need to roll to see. What would this be? I guess intelligence? Arcana? Nature? I'll say nature. Oh!
Let's see. What was it?
That's good.
Ooh la la! I assume it's nothing I could have helped with.
No. It is the arrival at a conclusion. Actually, wait, hold on. Does this... Whenever you make an ability check that uses a skill, it just says uses a skill. So skill check. Okay. Whatever. Alright, it gets even better, baby.
Ooh, baby, a triple.
Arena looks off contemplatively for a moment.
Dolly's drinking mimosa.
And yeah, you guys just sort of chill at the saloon.
Oh yeah. Once the drink is gone, unless Irina wants to stay, Dahlia will just start wandering around the grounds, basically.
Yeah, for the purposes of your morning block, that's really it. So you'll probably be regrouping pretty soon after.
Sounds good.
So, Jin's is auto accounted for. Dahlia's is done. Then that leaves. Well, now we could put in Kirsty and Alec into the mix of things. Question mark. Unless you're just listening right now and you're not home yet, which is understandable.
Yeah, no, I'm just listening.
Okay, then Kirsty, you're not in the running. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh!
She's gonna-
Wait, it's not at his desk yet. It's like, oh yeah, roll me that thing. I can't. What was the point of that?
Fine, I'll just mute myself. It's no problem.
Actually, you don't get to play.
Hey.
You don't get to
Your
pick
fate
drama
lies in
and-
Alex's hands.
You guys are going to an activity together.
Yeah.
All right. So between Badger and Caradoc, 1 is Badger, 2 is Caradoc.
I was kidding, by the way. I'm at my desk.
Yeah.
Boy.
You know, I already rolled. Whatever. We'll put you in the next next bout.
I just got back.
Caradoc.
To the water anyway.
Yeah.
You go to the flower gardens. If you'll have her, Molly will accompany you.
Absolutely. Come along.
Yeah. So you make your way to the flower gardens, which are the northeastern part of the fairground. Technically more north than northeastern, past the art show, but not all the way up towards like where the actual tournament grounds and the Green Chapel are themselves, because those are on a bit more of an elevation. But yeah, you make your way to the flower gardens, and you see that there is quite the crowd of people that are circulating through the place. Not so densely that there's like a blob of people that is just like taking up a whole sector. No, it's more like you catch like 2 to 6 people groups like circulating throughout the place. This place is quite large. Again, very Gardens of Versailles-esque, with its own like greenhouse-esque canopy above it. So there's plenty of space. You do note that from scanning around, because you can just sort of see most of the gardens around as you turn.
Mhm.
There is a concentration of people towards the shoreline, because there is a river that winds by the perimeter on one of the sides of the flower garden. But yeah, aside from that, the place is gorgeous, verdant as verdant, probably as green as any land you've ever seen, and that's impressive given that you have your own flower cultivation or herb cultivation at home, and you're Eulonian. So this place is a paragon of botanical arts. There are finely trimmed bushels in the shapes of things, flowers of all sorts and arrangements, beyond just the floral orders and the fellowships.
Mm.
You as a Eulonian would know that for such gardens, you're allowed to collect them, just not like you're not allowed to start a bouquet stand worth of collecting. Like it's like, oh, a couple flowers here and there, that's fine. But just not
Like a small personal bouquet would be permissible.
yeah.
Okay.
So you enter into the place. There's not one path like IKEA that you have to follow. You just sort of circulate at your own behest. And the smell here it has like that sort of clean river scent off over there, like coasting down you, giving you a pleasant breeze. There's flowers everywhere. Every now and again, you do catch a slight whiff of the cookout, which is at the center of the fairgrounds, making its way up here. Every now and again, pretty rare, but it's quite distinct compared to the floral sense. So yeah, it is open to your desires.
I'll look around for any sort of thing that catches my eye, and as I'm looking, in passing, sort of ask Molly, is there anything you would like to see?
No, not specifically. I mean, this whole place is... I've never seen anything like it.
You know,
It's a far cry from Velcaster.
It certainly is. This takes a deep breath. It smells novel and nostalgic at the same time.
She nods at that. Yeah. I feel the same. My first time seeing it, and yet... feels like I walked here before. She says, just, like,
Really?
running her hand across, like, a couple of flowers. Yeah, I don't know. We had promenades in public gardens in Velcaster. It feels like that. Just, she gestures in front of you. Bigger. A lot
Yeah.
bigger.
Yeah, back home we have something similar, although this is in a majesty of its own, really. It takes a sense. There's so many scents. Back home, it's mainly roses, obviously. And,
Right.
on some in my home street, there's a bit of honeysuckle, especially towards the evening, and a whiff of cookout. Yeah, makes it smell a bit like home.
How's it feel being back home in Eulonia?
I'm not sure.
She tilts her head at that. In a contemplative way or in an indecisive way?
Contemplation.
Oh, I don't. Copper for your thoughts.
Well, originally my trip abroad was meant to educate, illuminate me, and I was supposed to head back home. Quick trip, there and back again. And now, with everything that's happened, everything we've been through and seen, as much as I adore my country and my people, I don't know if I'm ready to go back yet.
Then don't. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Maybe it didn't go out far enough. I mean, like, Velcaster got a lot of Eulonians cycling through the place. We're not that far from Eulonia. So, a lot of different places you could have gone out to. So, just go out a bit more. This is just, two things about it. A pit stop.
Pit stop indeed.
Yeah. She gestures in front of me. A really, really, really pretty pit stop.
Yeah. He sort of looks around, maybe spots.
Any flower you want to
Kind of-
spot, you spot it. Any flower you want to
Yeah.
spot, you spot it. Maybe like one or two exceptions, and definitely nothing like preternaturally magical. But yeah, any normal flower you want to spot. Chrysanthemum, lilies, dahlias.
Dahlias. Yeah.
What you
Wisteria.
want?
Let's go with what you want. What you want. Let's go with the sunflower.
Hmm.
He cups it without plucking it, because obviously a sunflower is quite large.
Yeah, they're quite big.
Takes a smell.
It
You know,
smells lovely.
Can I ask you something?
Of course.
You know, because of, this is my home, we tend to look at flowers the way we do, especially considering my family history. What do you see when you look at these flowers?
He scans across the gardens. I see it. I see it in a couple of different ways. I mean, the free roamer me is appalled by all the excess here. How much time was spent cultivating all of this? The amount of money that went into it. The academic in me sees all these different, I don't know, historical signifiers. And surely some alchemical or medicinal components.
Interesting.
But if I had to nail down one, I'd say this is a little sanctuary. Little calm, quiet, and pretty corner. Not of the fairgrounds, but, in general.
It probably comes as no surprise that my vision here is a little different from yours.
What do you say?
The sunflower seems to be a little centerpiece if we look at the immediacy. So, to me, flowers are a language. To many of us, they are. The sunflower in the center signifies to me a struggle and a success past that struggle. Speaks of resilience. You know, you have these daisies around it. To me, that could be innocence, joy.
Innocence after struggle.
Or, considering the lavender, the loss of innocence after death.
So what? This whole garden is a really, really long romantic letter?
If you wish to read it.
I'm game. Mind teach me how to read it?
Certainly.
Roll me a lore Eulonia at advantage. Molly is nothing else if not a scholar.
Lower Eulonia. 25.
Ooh! Ooh! No guidance. Actually, wait, do you have guidance?
I don't have guidance myself, yeah, but lower, right? Unless it's.
I
the
think
active
this
teacher.
time you can add it because flowers are religious elements in Eulonia. So this time I would say I would allow it.
All right. Big roll.
Yeah, nearly 30. So you take it upon yourself over the course of the next hour, 2 hours to not only teach Moe all the different portfolios, I'll call them, of each flower, but also how one could streamline them together into this tapestry, this narrative of going from one element and transitioning to the next, and what that in some can entail. With another layer adding just another degree of complexity and intrigue and interpretation, creativity, to whatever previous thing you were reading upon.
Yeah. And could I add to that? Because she mentions she sees the excess and the cost of this.
Yeah.
So Caradoc would nuance that and highlight the preconditions that enable that success, that excess, and what all of the sort of bringing all of that together and the sense of purpose that comes from that. The very Eulonian. If this is your role, you commit to it, and there's honor in that.
She definitely takes to that, ascribing herself as similar. Maybe not exactly the same as Eulonians, but she does say that she dedicates herself to whatever pathways she has for her, limited as they are these days.
I guess at the end of it, he would ask her another question, feeling a little more friendly, trusting of her now. Can I, returning a bit, talked about before we came here, or at the beginning, I said that I didn't feel ready to return.
She nods. Yeah. Do you feel different now?
No, I feel the same, but I was wondering if you felt the way I feel towards the group. I feel anchored, not chained per se, but anchored to them.
She thinks for a moment. Well, I don't know. I feel like I'm a bit more obligated to stay with you guys than you might feel. I mean, I can't exactly go romping around as things approach the pitch, right? You guys can. And that's to all the 2.k fans. That's not saying I want to leave. But it's a sort of somber look on her face. Ace is my brother's last impact that I have left, at least. So some part of me just wants to keep tabs on him.
Family, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She shakes her head. Don't think it's healthy for me to just follow around you guys to Newman knows where, just to keep tabs on my late brother's hound. But it hasn't been that bad so far.
Then what is your, if you have one, sense of purpose?
Purpose? That's harder.
What if we translate that into ambition?
I like learning things. Not like my brother, though. He always got himself into... she thinks how to say it. More suspicious social circles with his curiosity. So I guess the better word is I'd like to study stuff. She thinks
Any particular
for a
field?
moment. Nothing specifically. You know, actually, I think I have a better answer. I would like to study under someone. Someone that's,
Ah,
I don't know, pushing for something. Not that I don't have ambitions myself, but I mean, look at Aurora, right? There are definitely people, and Anvil, there are definitely people out there that are amazingly
Brilliant.
intelligent. Brilliant, yeah. I don't know if I would be as bright as them, but I think just being with them, studying under them, helping them do their studies, I think there are discoveries that can be made. So that's my answer.
admirable.
I haven't really thought about it, so thanks for asking.
Oh, thanks for telling. Let me know if there's anything I can support you in that endeavor.
I think us hanging out with Anvil is already a pretty decent start. Maybe when things get slowed down, I might look into some... I don't know what you would call them here, but, you know, research groups or something like that. But that's for the future. What about you?
My purpose.
Your ambition?
My
Like, I know you set out from home and will return back to it whenever you feel ready for that. What happens after?
When so the underlying reason why I was sent away has to do with my awakening. It's a family thing.
That's all the healing stuff you're able to provide, right? The magic. She does like
Amongst-
twiddly magic hands.
I can harm as well, but I prefer to heal. Yes.
If it makes you more convicted in your cause, it's a lot harder to heal someone than to hurt. Anyone can hurt. I could do it right now throwing a stone at someone. There's no magic I have that can mend a wound in seconds. So I think you have the better
Sure.
path.
My mentor and teacher has been guiding me for many years, and he asks me questions that aren't easy to answer in order to
Number
guide me,
two.
enlighten me, help me develop my own sense of what to do with
Oh,
this.
she nods emphatically at that. I get that. I had a couple of tutors that were similar.
Never telling me an answer, he's asking me a question until I arrive at the conclusion that he intended. Frustrating as that can be.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to help. I live in this place of light, and for years you hear about the darkness beyond the borders of the kingdom,
Hmm.
but it's one thing to see it, hear of it, and then one thing to submerge yourself in it.
So that's why you left?
Yes, to fully appreciate and understand the nature of light, of this, twiddles his fingers. I have to understand what darkness is and what it needs, and what it can do to
you picked a heck of a place to start, I think.
Yeah. Crash course.
Yeah, that's a way to put it.
I suppose I can give you the answer I gave my mentor.
Which was...
If I can be a candle in the dark for people who need some light, that's all I need.
She thinks for a moment. Why candle? Why not a torch or a bonfire?
Small beginning.
Oh. He nods. That's good. I was gonna say, I've heard some stories about outsiders that get drawn to lights. So having a candle might not be enough. But if it's just her beginning, well, I'm sure Anvil and all of them would appreciate a comrade in the dark.
Someday, perhaps.
We'll get there. But for right now, we're here. Gestures
Oh,
around.
looks like the riverside's clearing up a bit. Let's hurry.
Ah, finally. You guys begin making your way over to the riverside, but as you're just getting there, you see an individual sprinting at you. Dressed not in full armor, but it's like predominantly leathers with certain plated pieces here and there. Helmet, shoulder pieces, elbow, knees, stuff like that. But aside from that, it's all else is, studded leather.
Oh no, I think the other greave is gonna drop. Yes?
Excuse me a moment. He puts his hands on his chest. You see a light briefly illuminate. There we go. I'm the runner for House Pro.
Ah,
I have some news to deliver to you, sir.
good, I hope.
Good, sir. Good, sir.